Hey everybody, welcome to episode 48 of the Fiberista Files. Today is Monday, September 19th. Um, Yet again, my surroundings have changed. I'm actually recording for the first time from my apartment that I got down on the coast to teach from. I live here all week and go home on the weekends to visit my wonderful husband and animals. I'm trying to record with the screen over here so that you guys don't hear my laptop fan, but it's going to be really tempting for me to watch the screen, so I'm going to try hard not to, but no guarantees. You can't see a whole lot of my apartment, but behind me is my shelves that I have all of my knitting-related paraphernalia. Nothing really interesting over there, I guess. Project bags are up there. My desk is here. The rest of my apartment's over there. You can't quite see it, but I have yarn soaking in the sink to dye, and I have some yarn on the oven dye, yarn on the stove dyeing as well. So this episode is completely without show notes. I just figured I would wing it. So what's been new? Oh, you know what? I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Last weekend I did record a mini episode, not a mini episode, a bonus episode with Katie from Knitting on the Fly. I recorded that last Friday night, so that must have been the 9th. If you want to go watch it now, it's knittingonthefly.blogspot.com, and I'll wait. The episode is called She's Back. So if you want to go watch that now, I'll wait. Did you watch it? Was it totally fun? I have a lot of fun when I'm recording with Katie. So it's not on the iTunes, so I'm sorry if you missed it, but if you're not subscribed to Katie, you should be. So hopefully you all got that little bonus episode. That was done Friday night after I had vended all day at Fiber College. What a cluster Friday was. So I was really overtired. I don't think I slept more than 9 or 10 hours that whole weekend. This past weekend was much better, rest-wise. So I went to Fiber College. I vended and I taught. I taught Friday and Sunday. Now, originally, the schedule I thought had me teaching Friday at 1. And the Shoppers Boulevard hours were noon to 5:30. So usually how it works is if you're teaching, you just close your booth and put a little post-it note on there that says, I'll be back at such and such a time. Well, apparently my schedule got switched around because I got to the show like 9:30 in the morning and I was supposed to teach at 10. So in half an hour, I had to set up my canopy, empty the truck, move the truck, get everything together, put my grid walls up, put all my fiber on the grid walls, get my table set up, spindles, everything. Needless to say, it did not happen. What happened was I had my dad pull my truck up to my spot. He's a professional driver. I was not backing anywhere because I knew I would hit somebody. We put up the canopy really quick. I did have him help me put up the grid walls because the grid walls are 6 feet tall and they kind of hang. And he's 6'6". So, or 6'5". Anyway, he's tall. So he put up my grid walls for me. We just zip tied him to the top of the canopy frame. And then he took my truck and parked it. And I just threw everything from the back of the truck before he moved it into the booth, zipped the booth shut, and said, I will be back later. So I went and taught my class. It was absolute beginner spindling. Had a blast. I had very smart students who picked it up like that, and it was really awesome to see that. I have a really good time teaching beginner spindling. I have a lot of fun debunking the myths that people have told them about spinning. Like, you shouldn't pre-draft. That's dumb. Of course you should pre-draft. It makes things easier. And again, we're talking beginner spinners here. We're not talking like expert spinners, Abby Frankel kind of people. We're talking like don't know what to make their hands do kind of thing. They should always spin Z-twist. Well, they don't even know what Z-twist is. So I've had a lot of fun teaching that. So I got back. My booth didn't really get set up until like 2:30. People kept walking by, and I was like, come on in. Everything's a mess. Come on in. And, you know, some people did. I had some offers of help, which was really nice. I got a hug from Josette of Enchanted Knoll Farm, which was really nice. I love Josette. It's always nice to see her. I had a good day, really. Saturday was Katie from Knitting on the Fly came and hung out in the booth Saturday. She and I had a good time. My husband was there Saturday as well. for most of the day. And Sunday she came for a brief while, and I taught Sunday afternoon. That was a spindle plying class that had 3 people. That was fun. I felt bad because the class was 3 hours, but I taught them all the different forms of plying, and they had tried them all in less than 2 hours. So I told them, I said, do you want to stay and we can, I can show you them again, or you can practice them more, and I can be there to help you, or do you just want to go? And they're like, no, we want to go. We want to go back and practice. I was like, okay. So as long as they were happy, I guess, I'm happy too. So it was a good time. I was very tired. So tired. I left school Thursday afternoon. I came back to the apartment and got the rest of the car packed and then drove north. I got to my house in the mountains about 9, worked until 11, went to bed, got up at 6, was out the door by 7. It takes 2 hours to get there, taught and vended all day, left at like 6 or 6:30, went to Katie's, recorded, had dinner, hung out, awesome, went to bed at like 12:30-ish, 1 o'clock, got up at about 7, had breakfast, went back to the thing, vended all day. Saturday night, we went to a rock concert, so my husband picked me up. He came down to the show. We went in the car north to Bangor an hour. Went to see Dropkick Murphys. I don't know if you can tell by my awesome t-shirt, Dropkick Murphys, which was a fantastic concert. It went late. I think we got out at like 11:15. Drove the hour home, went to bed, got up early on Sunday, vended all day Sunday, and then took down the booth. He took all of the stuff back to the house, and I took what I could from Fiber College, which is in Searsport, to my apartment, which was about an hour. It didn't make any sense to go all the way north and then go all the way south again. So I just cut across on Route 1 and came to my apartment. So it was really a horribly, horribly busy weekend, but it was good. It was a little slow this year at Fiber College. It was slower than last year. I don't know if more people were taking classes so they weren't wandering around, or if the economy has done something. I don't know. It just didn't seem like there was many people there. So I hope that's not the case. I hope the Fiber College is growing. It's a lot of fun. I did buy some stuff, which I might as well talk about now. So my booth neighbors, the people next to me, were a Wrinkle in Time THYME farm. And my husband went over there like 4 times. And every time he goes to a booth, he's going to buy something. Because that's just how he is. So I just kind of giggled to myself and let him go. And he ended up getting this, which is double cuff felted mittens. It's a mitten pattern. And then got me, it's a kit basically, because it comes with 2 hand spun skeins of Romney wool as well, which is super squishy and soft. It's actually kind of smooth, which I didn't realize Romney was, but I really like this. So he wants a pair of mittens. So it says that women's medium uses 200 yards. So I don't remember how much these were. I'd have to measure them, but I think I'll have plenty to knit a large. So he wants these for snow blowing. With the felted, they'll be watertight and windproof. So, ooh, did I just move the camera? Sorry. Wow, my hair is big today. Holy crap. Okay, so of course that's not all I bought, because Josette was there, and I buy from Josette every show I go to. She's just that awesome. Her farm, that was my phone, sorry. Her farm is Enchanted Knoll Farm, or her business is Enchanted Knoll Farm. And this is the Enchantments sock yarn. This is, I think it's a sport weight, heavy fingering or sport weight. It's 60% superfine superwash merino, 20% tussa silk, and 20% rayon, and it's 300 yards. It's beautiful shades of green and brown. Those colors are very accurate, actually. This fluorescent lighting is working great. So I bought this in sort of manly colors. I'm not promising my husband socks. Originally he wanted gloves, but then he decided he wanted the mittens from the mitten pattern, so I'm off the hook for the gloves, I think. I have to check them on that, but I don't know, we'll see. It's sport. It's not that light fingering, so she did have some of that. I'm not knitting with that anymore, at least not for him. So I bought from Enchanted Gnome. I also bought some fabric that I gave to Mommy Needs Yarn from this place. This is Fiddlehead Artisan Supply. Fabric, you can see the fabric. Oh, Mommy Needs Yarn, don't look at that. The fabric was really good price. It was just fat quarters and some owl prints. And I also bought a recycled like notebook made from a Swiss Miss hot cocoa box. It was just the cardboard outside and then like handmade paper on the inside that had been book bound by a bookbinder, and I don't have their card. I have it somewhere, but it's not in front of me. My husband didn't think it was very attractive, but I love it. So that's in my purse, and I use that when I need to write notes or whatever. The other place I visited was Darn Good Yarn. And a Darn Good Yarn is out of Dover, which is like, it's like 3 towns over from my home in the mountains, which is only like a 20-25 minute drive. That's pretty close by Mountains of Maine standards. She usually does wholesale, but this was the first time I'd seen her at a show. I really like the lady. She is super nice. Of course, her name completely escapes me. Nicole? Might have been Nicole. Anyway, so I went over to her booth, and her husband was super nice too. And I bought this. This is 100% banana fiber. You can see it's got a huge shine to it. It's undyed. It's this sort of silvery, creamy, beigey white. It's very dense. It's a single. Very dense. A little bit fuzzy. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I like it. I think it looks awesome. And then she came over a little while later because she had been out doing something. I don't know if she was getting something to eat or drink, or I don't know. So I had quite a conversation with her husband, who was super nice. And then she shows up later and brings me this. And I ended up doing a trade because I wasn't just going to take it from her. So I traded her for a skein of dandelion bulky weight. But this is 100% silk. You can see recycled silk. You see how fuzzy it is. Also an undyed. It's not, oh, I just threw it on the floor. It's not quite as bright as the banana fiber. Sorry, I moved the cord again. But it's reasonably close. So I don't know if I'm going to use these two together or if I'm going to, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. They're both singles. The silk is a little bit overspun, so I don't know if it's hand spun by her or by women in India. I'm not really sure, but oh, so soft. I just love them. So those are my fun little skeins that I got from a Darn Good Yarn. Definitely, I will link her in the show notes. My goal is to get caught up on show notes this week. That's my goal. We'll see how it goes, but that's the plan. So that's what I bought at Fiber College. I don't think I bought anything else. I was looking at some really cute buttons, but I steered clear of the buttons, tried to save some money. That's the problem with vending shows is not only are you exposed for hours and hours and hours to all the pretties, but you've got money because people have bought your stuff and so you have cash in hand and you just want to go buy stuff. I'm very guilty of doing that, so I'm trying to learn. That was the last show for the year. Fibermania, which was in October, the middle of October, was canceled, so I don't have another show until, cross your fingers, the end of February, when hopefully I'll be a vendor at the New England Textile Association's spa event, which is at the Hilton Garden Inn in Freeport, Maine, February 20th, that third weekend in February, 24th through the 26th, maybe? I'd have to look at the calendar to see. I haven't heard yet if I got in, but one of the people on the selection committee not only came in my booth, but bought something and said that she was going to take it with her to the committee meeting. Pick me, please, pick me. I just really want to be in this show. It's so much fun. And unlike Fiber College, super busy and super action-packed the whole time. I don't know if I'll be staying at my parents', which is about 45 minutes away, or if we'll stay down at the hotel. It cuts into profits, but you're there and you can hang out, and like people are at the bar drinking beer and spinning, and it's really cool. So I have to decide still. I might try and stay at my parents' so that I can save money for SSK, Super Summer Night Away in June. We'll see. We'll see. So, that being said, all of that shared, there will be an update this week. Oh yes, there will be an update. Now, I may have mentioned in my Ravelry group today that the update's going to be tomorrow. I've decided that that's asking too much. I have software issues I need to deal with on the laptop to get programs installed, and photographing still needs to be done. Listing still needs to be done. I have to go through the entire shop and update all the stuff that's on there. That's a lot for 24 hours when I have to teach. So I'm going to move it to Wednesday. Wednesday, cross your fingers, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the shop will reopen with all of the stuff that's here. Now, what's here is not a lot. I'm low on inventory. But what I've got is really nice. I also have the locally grown and processed alpaca and sheep wool fiber that I've talked about from Oasis Fiber Mill. Remember I talked about that a few episodes ago, how awesome it was, and I couldn't show you because I was taking it to the shows. I'm done shows for the year, so it's all for you. I have white alpaca, light fawn alpaca, and dark fawn alpaca. Each of those prices is different. I paid a set price per fleece, but the fleeces were of different sizes, so it affected the price of the individual bag. Each bag is 2 ounces. And then I also have some Cotswold Romney Cross, which kind of looks like this. It's like a dark chocolatey grayish brown. And that's also in 2-ounce bags, and those are only $6 a bag. So $12 gets you 4 ounces of really soft, luscious Cotswold Romney roving, natural, beautiful stuff, so soft. I think the alpaca, don't quote me on this, but I think it's $8.25, $8.50, $11.25, and $17.50 for the alpaca. The $17.50 alpaca, I only have 2 bags left. It's Korea alpaca. It's the first shearing from a brand new baby alpaca. It's a dark rusty fawn. It's so gorgeous. I cannot explain to you how soft this stuff is. Unfreaking believable. You really need to buy it. So let's tell you what I have here in the shop. Some of this is going to go up as reserved. I have a couple people waiting for things. The rest of it is going to be massive free-for-all. You want it, buy it. So I don't know if I've ever shown this before, but I do have, this is a 1-ounce bag of Angora fiber, locally grown from the next town over from where I live. And you can see here, this is the, ooh, too close. This is the fiber here. It is sheared from the bunny. It's a very light cream. It's really beautiful stuff, and it's totally, like, you don't have to do anything to it. This is technically a cloud because it's not pulled into roving or anything, but you don't have to worry about it. You just grab a bunch and spin it, and it just spins itself. It's so, so nice. That's $6 for that ounce. I have 1 braid of the light brown merino left. This is lobster pot. It is the light brown merino, which is here. And then it is dyed in navy blue, coral, and charcoal gray, silver gray. I have 3 braids. This is the last of it that I have of the 83% Texas Kid Mohair, 15% nylon, and 2% superfine merino. This is a very interesting, fun fiber to play with. I really like this stuff. I'm bummed that they did a limited run with my supplier because I really like it. The shine on it's really nice with the mohair. This colorway is called Maritime, and I have 3 of those. A whole bunch of handspun. All that handspun that you've been seeing in the shop is all going to be available again. I'm sorry if I keep bending out of frame, but I'm trying to get this out of the way for you guys. You've seen all those. I'm not going to show you those again. Okay. Now, I do have a little bit of lace weight left. I have a whole cone still to dye, so that will be being dyed this week or next. Goldenrod in the black cherry, that's 100% fine merino. Goldenrod, clear skies, spruce, blue lobster. You know y'all love blue lobster. It's one of my favorite colorways. Moss, another perennial favorite. Okay, that's all the black cherry lace. These next 4 are all pin cherry lace. They're the 80% superfine merino and the 20% silk. I have a lady slipper, wildflower, lilac, and blooming crabapple. I have one of each of those. I have no duplicates in the lace right now. I will soon. I have exactly 2 skeins total, I think, of bulky right now. I do have more bulky that's undyed. I will be dyeing more. This is a pair of skeins in the Federal colorway, which is a really beautiful sort of Americana, old school, raspberry, Wedgwood, kind of dusky slate blue, and the undyed cream. So I have 2 of those. Sock yarn. I have 3 fire starters. This is I'll start with sugar maple sock. 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. So here's fire starter. I only reskeined one of each because I was pressed for time and because you really only need to reskein one to see what they look like. So I have the unreskeined ones to show the color progression and then the reskeined ones to show kind of how it looks knit up. I have peacock. I have 3 peacock. I love peacock. I just love that colorway. Every fiber I dyed in, I love it. Let's see what else do I have in sugar maple sock. I still have 3 of the waiting room. I don't know why this one's not selling. I really like it. The oranges and blues and stuff. If this doesn't sell, I will discount it or give it away or keep it for myself and knit something. We'll see what happens with that. I also have 3 of the greener sides. I haven't done greener side for quite a while, but this is the colorway that I knit my Wendy Johnson Summer Mystery Shawlette out of. I love the way this stuff knits up. All kinds of greens. And lastly, in the sugar maple, I have 2 skeins of cherry blossom. That's probably the better way to show that off to you, isn't it? With sideways. So I have 2 skeins of cherry blossom. In the silver maple sock, I have 1 success and 1 pseudo failure. Fallen Angel. This is kind of overexposed in this light, but it's turquoise, teal, dark purple, and bright purple. And then I also have Trickster. Now, Trickster is usually a very vibrant orange, a deep black, and a bright pop of purple. Unfortunately, when it's dyed with the bamboo, it doesn't take the dyes as brightly, so you see kind of a more washed out look. If you prefer the washed out look, that it's not quite so uber bright, then that's what you should get. You should get this. It's a great Halloween yarn. I don't think I'll dye it in this base again because, like I said, I have a picture in my mind of how it looks, and it's a very bright, vibrant, high contrast yarn, and it's not in this base. So, nothing wrong with it, just maybe not the best example of that. So, worsteds. Most of these you've seen. I have 2 James and the Giant Peach, bright and soft oranges. I have 1 Grapes of Wrath, purple. I have 3 Out of Africas. I might keep one of these if they don't sell because I love this yellow. This yellow is a freaking fantastic yellow. I'm so humble. 2 Romeo and Juliets, which is a dusky mauve rose. 1 Telltale Heart, which is orange and red, kind of a crimsony blood orange and regular orange. 1 Paradise Lost, yellow and green. Somebody said it looked like yellow and blue, but it's yellow and green. 2 Lord of the Flies. My students are actually going to read Lord of the Flies next week. Awesome. 2 Beowulf. These do have a little bit of red flecking in them, but not a whole lot. That's that light brown. Katie of Knitting on the Fly knit Harvest Wheat Cable Scarf out of 2 skeins of this. It looks awesome. And finally, in yarn, I have the Prince, which is a brick red. It looks cranberry on your screen. It's not cranberry. It is more rusty old barn red, rust red. Yeah, it's not the right color on your screen. So, oh, phone. Sorry, it was a husband. Okay, fiber. I'm going to have to look and see what these labels are because when I was ready to go, I just threw everything in the tote. So we're going to do the best we can with what we've got. I have one Polwarth in the Highwayman's Cloak. This is Bordeaux, navy blue, magenta, burgundy, silvery gray, and a couple of undyed areas. That is Polwarth. I have 2 Bloodlust in Polwarth. All the reds that I could come up with. And this is actually a plum. It's kind of like a purple. Adds some depth. Blue Skies and Buttercups, which is Lisa Lemonsong's favorite fiber. This is in Polwarth. Bright blue, yellow, and green. Cherry Blossom, just like I did it in the yarn, I also did it in fiber. So I have 3 Cherry Blossom in Polwarth. I think that's all the Polwarth. I think next Falkland. So I have 3 Falkland in Fruit Salad. Cantaloupe, watermelon, honeydew. You should be able to see all that. Fruit Salad. I did not realize that I already had Katahdin in colorway in Falkland. So now I have a whole bunch. I love this colorway. But I have a lot. Oh wait, this one's Polwarth. I lied. Looks like I have 3 in Polwarth. Katahdin. And then, oh, nope. All 6. I thought they were in Falkland. I was wrong. Oh my god. There's the phone. I feel like Sheila and Wendy. I feel so special for getting interrupted. I probably should have muted that time, but I didn't either. All right, so I have 6 Katahdin in Polwarth. I thought it was Falkland, but it's Polwarth. Polwarth is softer than Falkland. It's not quite as naturally bright of white. It's softer, smoother, very much like merino, very well behaved. It's a great fiber to spin with. It feels fantastic to spin. Okay, so now this is Falkland? Yeah. This is Acadia, which is very similar to Katahdin, but it has pinks and blues in it too. Blues from the ocean and the sea. It has the pinks from the Lucerne granite, which only occurs in Maine. There's pink halicites in it. Spun Sugar, which is a colorway I have not done in quite some time. Lots of undyed areas and very soft, pale pinks and blues. Great for baby knitting, stuff like that. That's Coryell Cross. Oh, I just dropped one. Falkland. I have 3 Dionysus or Dionysus in Falkland. Purple, green, lavender, and wine. Of course, wine, right? Cordial. I have 1 in Wildflower, which is very similar to Grapes of Wrath or Wildflower in the Lace. It's the same dye. It's a semi-solid. It's kettle dyed, but there's a lot of difference between the lights and the dark sections. It's really cool. That's why I keep dyeing that colorway over and over again. I have 1 Motion. I was finally able to get Motion kind of right again. So it's gold, black, and this burgundy-ish plum color. And some minor blending in between. I have 1 In Search of Dragons. Gold and aqua. I have 2. Nope, I have 3. I can't believe nobody bought this. 3 of Bright's Rainbow. Now, this Bright's Rainbow does have some undyed areas. It does not usually have undyed areas. But I ran out of dyes, so I left some undyed areas for you. I love this colorway. Bright's Rainbow makes me very happy. I actually have 2 of these. The other one's over there on the floor. Bearded Iris, which is kind of a spearminty, regular green. And this looks blue, but it's actually purple. It's a violet, light violet purple. So, that's Bearded Iris. And then lastly, in the Corriedale Cross fiber, I have 18 Flavors, which is from the Shel Silverstein poem of the same name. I have chocolate, mint, and cherry. Yep. Pretty fantastic. If you've ever read Shel Silverstein, terrific. If you've ever heard him read his poetry, I have a cassette tape from when I was a little kid that poem's on. Totally transforms your understanding of Shel Silverstein. Get the audio recordings of him because he's fantastic. Okay, and now what you're really looking for, the good stuff. Superwash Merino Bamboo Nylon Blend. I have 2 in Firestarter. This is not a progressive. Usually when I do this, it's progressive. This one is not. I just didn't have time. Progressive takes me a really long time to set up. I have 3 of the ROM. Now, at least one of these is going to be custom. I may not put these in the update until I speak with the person who needs this to see what how many she wants, because there's 3 here, and if she wants 3, then she can have them, because she's been waiting a very long time for them. That's the ROM. I have 3 in Greenwood, browns, greens, silvers. And then I have Superwash Merino Tencel. Usually with the Superwash Merino Tencel, I put them in those plastic comic bags to protect them. I didn't have time. People have been telling me that they wanted to touch them, so I put them out. For better or worse, this is how they are now. Or at least this is how they are this time. Nobody bought these at the show. I was kind of surprised because they feel fantastic, but a lot of them were newer spinners, and I think that might have played a role. Poetic, purple and black and gray. Thor's Hammer, red and black and gray. Oh no, I guess somebody bought one of these. Freya's Cloak, blue and black and gray. It's a very bright blue. And finally, Wayland's Forge, another great Halloween color, orange and black and gray. So, that's the fiber. And then don't forget the locally processed stuff that I'll have as well. That's what I have going up in the shop, hopefully by Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the goal. I'm still struggling to figure out my system here at the apartment. Not only is my daily schedule very different from what it was last teaching job and over the summer, but having to think about what I'm dyeing when, because I can't take anything with me over the weekend. I'm not here to dye. I can't take all my dyeing supplies up there. Getting the whole thing planned out is proving to be difficult. It's not that it can't be done. It's just that it's taking a lot of fine tuning. I really, really, really appreciate how patient everybody has been. I did dye a bunch of custom orders last week. All of the challenging orders that I've received, I've dyed up. I'm pretty much done with challenging at this point. I will keep it as an option if people want to email me and get some. Through the end of the podcaster challenge, after that colorway is being retired. It's a lot of work, that colorway. A lot of mixing dyes and a lot of dyes. And yeah, I'm ready to be done that colorway. I love the colorway, don't get me wrong. In fact, I might keep some for myself, but I'm really ready to be done dyeing it. So on to the next thing, I guess. Trifecta of Awesome Yarn Club. We're getting work on it. I received the bulk of my goodies. Tonight's task, once I finish what I'm doing, is to start taping the boxes and getting them all ready to go. I have 32 boxes to put together, tape together, start putting the goodies in, put the yarn in, I gotta write up the sheet still, print all the shipping labels, all that. So that's gonna take me through this week, and they'll probably go out sometime next week. Between the 23rd and the 28th was my goal. So that puts me the beginning of next week. So those will be going out soon. I am so excited about you guys getting this yarn. You don't even understand. It's a new dye process for me. Every skein is actually dyed twice. Dyed, dried, dyed again, dried, reskeined, the whole shebang. I don't usually do that. But in order to get the colors that I felt that you guys deserved, that's what I had to be done. And I'm really excited about the finished results. I freaking love that yarn. I'm bummed that my skein that I had left over was just a little mini skein. I don't get the whole skein. My husband tells me that I can always dye more. And I suppose that's true. The base is one I will probably carry in the future. So sometime next year. We'll see. I'm at 36 minutes. I'm growth. Working on the update. Shop will be back open. Processes. Still fine-tuning my process, grabby hands, all of the cool stuff that I bought, Wrinkle in Time Farm, Darn Good Yarn, Enchanted Knoll Farm. I think that's all I've got this week. Thank you guys again for all of your patience and your hard work. If you ordered challenging yarn from me, you probably have either an email from me asking for your PayPal email address, or you've got an invoice sitting in your PayPal email invoice, PayPal email address inbox. Yep. So check that out. If you want to get any challenging yarn, you need to let me know ASAP because it is going away very soon. So I still can do it in sugar maple sock, silver maple sock, white ash worsted, and basswood bulky. So let me know what you want. And I will be doing a very limited run of fiber in that colorway in Superwash BFL. I will probably not take custom orders for that. I'm just going to dye up like 6 and call it good. Trying to use up the last of those dyes. So until next week, guys. Happy spinning and knitting, and thanks for tuning in.